Coming up on SCVTV's Community Corner, the Placerita Canyon Nature Center is rolling out the welcome mat for its annual open house, and you are all invited.
Book lovers unite! It's time to start a new chapter at the Santa Clarita Valley Book Festival.
Keep calm and leprechaun as the Celebrate series kicks off with an Irish-themed festival that'll have you all cheering, Erin go bragh!
See why every step counts at the American Cancer Society's Relay for Life.
Meet the pup stealing hearts at the Brittany Foundation. He's sweet, adoptable, and ready for his forever home. And on a new episode of This Week in Santa Clarita, we're celebrating our special needs community and their families at FestAbility.
Stay tuned. SCVTV's Community Corner starts now.
Welcome back, Santa Clarita Valley, to SCVTV's Community Corner. I'm Cali, Nocella, filling in for Dave Caldwell.
And I'm Carrie Lujan, and this show is all about you, Santa Clarita, the nonprofits, the schools, our local government, and the amazing people who make up our wonderful community. And we have a great episode lined up for you today.
It really is a great lineup, Carrie. We've got amazing nonprofits hosting wonderful community-wide events supporting meaningful causes, including the Placerita Canyon Nature Center, the American Cancer Society, and the SCV Book Festival. And you'll want to stay tuned for the most adorable pooch ready for his forever home from the Brittany Foundation.
Plus, Callie and I are going to give you the full rundown for this year's Celebrate series kickoff. And in a brand new episode of This Week in Santa Clarita, Callie is also going to talk about honoring our special needs community and their families. You'll hear all about what awaits you at this year's FestAbility. And Callie, I'm so excited that you're co-hosting today. You've been a guest so many times. How does it feel to be in the co-host chair?
It feels so good. I have had such a wonderful time, and I'm excited.
Okay, excellent. So you've been with the city for how long now as our arts and events coordinator?
Yes, so full-time I've been with the city for a year and about 5 months. Part-time I was with arts and events as a recreation leader 3 for 2 years.
And so what drew you? Are you from Santa Clarita? What drew you to work for the city?
I am from Santa Clarita. I grew up here. I went to Valencia High School. I only went away for 4 years to go to the University of Oregon. I love my Ducks. But I came back here after I graduated because I just love the community. I grew up volunteering at the various events and also performing at various events like Day for Kids, which is a fan favorite of the past. But I had such fond memories that I knew I wanted to somehow give back to the community. And when I saw a position open within arts and events, I was like, yeah, let's give it a shot. Let's try and find a way to reintegrate myself back in after being away at college for 4 years.
Well, you mentioned performing at events. Tell us what kind of performing you have done and what sort of journey that has been for you.
Yeah, so I grew up dancing at a local dance studio around here. I was on a competitive team and I did ballet, tap, hip hop, jazz, contemporary. I really loved the team environment, and I got a lot of great leadership skills out of that. When I went to college, I actually was on our university's hip hop team, and so I got the opportunity to perform at various community events, as well as some basketball games that the University of Oregon held, as well as a Trailblazer game here and there. So that
you
was
on
really
TV
cool.
dancing?
I think so.
That's so
I
cool.
hope.
So now you're back here in Santa Clarita. You're helping produce events for the city, and there's amazing events all year round, but we're kind of heading into event season. What does that look like for your team, and what's on the horizon?
It is a busy season for us, but I think this is a time that we all love because we love seeing the impact we have on the community. We love putting on these events. We love seeing it to its fruition because we spend so much time planning these events that, we're just angsty and excited to see it kind of come to life. And so right now we're in the thick of seeing our events come to life. We just had the Cowboy Festival, and that was lots of time spent planning and executing and seeing it all, seeing the attendees just really enjoy the event is really fulfilling. And then we're on the exciting end of gearing up for FestAbility and Celebrate and concerts in the park. So lots of fun is on the horizon. And Senses, yes.
All
Senses,
of them.
They're so much fun. All of the events are coming.
So if you have to choose your very favorite event that the city produces, what is it?
Oh, I get asked this question a lot, and I think my response differs based on the time of year. I love the work that we do with FestAbility, and I've just really enjoyed the time that I've been able to interact with the community and really build that. But I think my favorite event that I have a lot of history with is Concerts in the Park. Not only is it fun to be an attendee, but it is also fun to work. And I think a lot of our events are fun to work, but this one, it is so cool to see people live out their dreams, performing on a stage to thousands of people. And I remember being in the crowd watching those bands and being in awe of the talent and the team that put that on. And so it's really cool to be on the other side and interact with people and get to MC. Like, that's not something that I ever thought I would do, but.
So you're up on stage.
Oh, yeah.
Talking to the crowd of thousands and thousands of people. Are you telling them to put their tent down? Yes,
I am telling them the rules here and there, and I am getting told one more song, and that's okay. You can be excited about the band. It's just me on the other side of it.
Right, there you go. Oh, well, thank you for sharing that. Thank you for being here. We're going to have fun today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Awesome. All right, stick with us. We'll be right back.
The William S. Hart Union High School District is an exemplary district located in Santa Clarita, California, a community nestled in North Los Angeles County. The Hart District, rated as one of the top secondary districts in the state of California, strives to make a difference in the lives of our diverse student body by instilling a sense of community, courage, creativity, and caring. We do this by working together to offer high-performing academic programs, championship athletic teams, award-winning performing arts, and a robust career and technical education program. For our teachers and staff, we offer competitive salaries, a great benefits package, and a chance to work with our amazing students. Being in Santa Clarita offers the opportunity to be just minutes from it all. The beach, mountains, desert, close to the excitement of Los Angeles, all while living in a beautiful and safe community. So we invite you to meet with us and think about joining the William S. Hart District family, where we believe in one heart, every student, opportunity ready.
Welcome back to SCVTV's Community Corner. For over 50 years, the Placerita Canyon Nature Center has been educating our community about the lush, diverse ecosystem right in our backyard, while inspiring us to protect this Santa Clarita Valley treasure.
With field trips, classes, hiking trails, and hands-on programs, the Nature Center helps people of all ages discover the natural beauty and rich history of the Santa Clarita Valley. And today, we're excited to shine a spotlight on their biggest event of the year, the annual open house.
Here to tell us all about it are two of the Nature Center's dedicated docents and board members, Ron Krause and Cindy Gold. Thanks so much for joining us.
Our pleasure.
Cindy, before we get into the details of the event, remind everyone again what the Placerita Nature Center is and why it's such a treasure to have in the Santa Clarita Valley.
Well, when you think about our lives as being so hectic, always there's something that we have to do to have a respite, to have a place where you can come, hike quietly, listen to the birds, come with your friends, come with your children. The park is always open. There's always something new to see, no matter what season it is. And we have lots and lots of activities for all the varied interests. So it's really a haven for all of us in the community.
And the open house happens every year. If there's someone out there who hasn't been, what can they expect this year? Well,
we have some new things, and we're carrying on with some of our traditions. The open house is on Saturday, May 10th. You can remember it's the day before Mother's Day. So it's a great way to start out the family weekend. And we have all kinds of crafts and activities, games for children. They're all free. Parking is free. It's our opportunity to give back now to the community, to invite them into our park and to give them an opportunity to just enjoy the day. We have all kinds of animal demonstrations. We have vendors, Sierra Club, tree people, hiking groups, astronomy club. This year we have a bonsai club as well for people who might be interested in horticulture and bonsai. We have the Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts that are coming. We will have food trucks, so you can have lunch there or bring your own, have a picnic near the stream. Music, all kinds of activities. It's from 10 o'clock in the morning till 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so just enough time to wear out the kids, come home and have a nap. So we invite everybody in the community to come. There's something for everybody, and it really is a joy.
Wow, that sounds really wonderful. And Ron, you wanted to touch on other programs the Nature Center will be having over the summer. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, we have a regular slate of programs throughout the year, but they change seasonally. Mm-hmm. But most of our programs are on a Saturday.
Okay.
And the one that's always a favorite is our Family Nature Hike or Family Nature Walk. It's every Saturday starting at 11 a.m. And we have a long-term docent, Judy McClure, that leads that. And that's for the entire family. From little kids to senior citizens, and it's a gentle walk through the park for about an hour, and we kind of touch on the highlights of the park, our history, some of the nature, and some of the other aspects. So that's one I always like to, if you've never been to Placerita, I always like to encourage people to start there maybe. Mm. And then we go on from there. We've actually an exciting, relatively new program. It's a couple of years old now, but it's called Books and Hikes, and that's something that's really just taken off. What you do is you read a book. It happens once a month. I think it's on the third Saturday, and make sure I get it right here. All of this stuff's on our website, so if I get something wrong, go to our website, placerita.org. Anyway, it's once a month, and you read a book, and it's usually nature-related or some ecological topic or something. And you hike with a group who's read the book, and then you talk about how the book relates to things you see at Placerita. And it's really
like a hiking book club.
It's a hiking book club. I love that, and it's really kind of neat because, most of us are familiar with book clubs, and this is pretty unique.
Yeah.
And the organizers, they've got their own T-shirts now, and they've got their own Facebook page, and so it's kind of a neat deal.
Yeah.
We like that. And then we have once a month, we have what we call our Blooms of the Season, and that's a wildflower walk. And again, we're talking about seasonal changes, and what different wildflowers can you see during the year. And then during the summer, maybe when there's not so many wildflowers, what follows after the wildflowers, a lot of people don't think about that. The seeds, the nuts, the other stuff that's not necessarily blooming, but still interesting.
Right, yeah.
And so why do you guys think it's important to continue being involved in educating the community about the importance of nature and the environment?
I think you're just a happier person when you can get out in nature, and there seems to be less opportunities. So it's a haven, really, to be able to come and to enjoy that with your friends or your family, children. And so I always encourage people to put that on their list when they're thinking, okay, what do you want to do over the weekend? Besides doing the laundry or washing the car or, taking the kids to soccer games, whatever. Pop in for an hour or two and hike or get involved in some of the activities. We have one activity that really was the way that I got involved in the Nature Center was our bird walks. And the first and the second Saturday mornings from 9 to 10, we have a professor of ornithology that leads some of the hikes, so he can really let you know about what's happening. And then another young woman who is very much into birds. And so bring your binoculars, and sometimes they keep a running list where it could be 20, 30 birds that you'd be able to see in an hour or so. And then for the real young children, we have Placerita Nature Tots, and these are for children that are 3 years old to 6 years old. And that's the second Saturday of every month. And it's a great way to introduce young children to the Nature Center. It's about a 45-minute to an hour program. They do crafts, they have stories. Sometimes they'll go out and play a bit in the park. It's a great thing. And then one of my favorites is we have the Know Your Nature Center, where we have short nature videos where you can watch a video about the birds in the park and then go out and look for them, or watch one about the flowers in the park or the trails. Or now we have one on honeybees as well. So there's so many activities.
Wow. That all sounds wonderful. And so for individuals who are interested in learning more, where can people go to get more information?
Well, we have, for old school people like myself, we have a phone number, okay? 661-259-7721. But most of our stuff is on our website, placerita.org, and the programs and the explanation of the trails, and we have maps and a lot of information there. Also, we have 2 Facebook pages. We have Friends of Placerita Canyon, which is very popular, and then we have just Placerita Canyon Nature Center, and we post all of our events there, so pretty much everything can be found there.
So I have to ask before we let you go, if someone has never been there and they want to come check out this area, what is your can't miss thing at the Nature Center? We'll start with you, Ron.
I'd say our, what we used to call it the museum, but we have an interpretive center that has really neat exhibits. We spent a lot of time, effort, and money a few years ago putting this together, and it discusses and it shows in detail all of our plant and community groups, a lot of animals. We have taxidermy animals there, modeled animals there. So yeah, that gives you a really kind of a broad introduction to Placerita Canyon. If you've only got, half an hour, that'll probably tell you a lot you need to know.
What about for you, Cindy?
I just say find a shady spot, sit down, listen to the birds, relax, watch the hummingbirds at the Hummingbird Garden. Take the time to just smell and listen and enjoy the outdoors.
Love that. Ron and Cindy, thank you both for being here with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's been our pleasure. And we hope we see you at the open house, too.
Yes, thank you so much. All right, stick with us. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to SCVTV's Community Corner. Calling all bookworms and literary enthusiasts, the second annual Santa Clarita Valley Book Festival is back and better than ever.
That's right, Cali, and it's so exciting with more than 80 authors from all genres to student workshops, scheduled author readings, and so much more. The extensive lineup will have you opening up a new chapter in the world of storytelling.
Joining us today with a sneak peek at what to expect at this year's SCV Book Festival are event chair Ruth Razul and author and historian Sarah Burns. Thank you both so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Ruth, let's start with you. Tell us how the SCV Book Festival got its start and how this event is different than last year.
Well, last year we had a small group of local authors who wanted to put on a festival similar to the LA Festival of Books. It was hosted at COC last year as well. The difference this year is that I went to our president, David Andrus, and asked if we could host it again, and he said, what is in it for students? So to answer that call, we brought it forward, we brought it into the semester. It's on May 10th this year. And we have all these student activities, such as the workshops, such as the bookathon. So there's still the opportunities for the authors and for the public to come and meet the authors, but then there's a lot of things for the students to do as well.
Very wonderful.
Can you give us a glimpse of what event goers can expect this year? We understand that you already had somewhat of a kickoff to the festival with the bookathon.
Bookathon was launched at the book fair that was hosted at Barnes & Noble a couple of weeks ago. And that was a fundraiser. We had like a little taster for the public. We had 20 or so authors. Sarah was one of the authors. So they could meet them, they could get books signed, they could learn a little bit about the books and promote the festival. And then we had a fundraiser ever since then to help our events.
Very nice. So Sarah, you're not just a faculty member at COC, but you're also an author and historian. Tell us what having a book festival like this means to you.
Thank you. I've been teaching history for 30 years, but 20 of those years have been at College of the Canyons. I'm a commuter, so I don't live here in the Valley, but I feel a part of this community having taught at the school for that length of time. And I was delighted when Ruth contacted me last year and informed me about the book festival.
Yeah.
So I, of course, signed up right away. And last year it was free. And I had a wonderful time. My first book was published back in 2003, and so I've been to a lot of book festivals and events and fairs since then, but I have to say that this was one of the most enjoyable because it's very collegial. This is a community with 3 institutions of higher learning, and so it's a nice mix that everyone is working together with the community to emphasize the availability of, higher education and encouraging the students not only to read but to write. So we're taking it further this year, and I'm on the committee this year, and I'm also a sponsor, one of the major sponsors. So I believe in it greatly, and I think it's a great community event.
I love it.
So Sarah, when you're at the book festival, what kind of questions do you get from people who are there?
I get questions about my book, first of all, and one of them is based on the town where I live. I won't give that away right now, but it is, being an historian, I make sure that I include a lot of history. I write historic fiction. So they usually want to know, the period of time, the place, what's real, what's not real. And so this year I will have 3 books, and 2 of them are historic fiction, 1 is academic. So I kind of covered the gamut, but they like to know what section of history I teach, and I do concentrate on women's history.
Whoa. So is there a certain time period that most of your stories are based in?
Boy, so far I've had a wide range. One of the books that I'm presenting this year is called The Accidental Indenture, and it covers a time frame from 1638 to about 1646, bringing people from the old world to the new world. And it's an historic fiction based on the realities of indentured servitude and slavery. My Cooksville book covers 2.5 centuries of U.S. history, and mainly Western history.
I know so many people just love to read, no matter what the topic is. How do you cater to people who have such a wide variety of books that they're interested in at this festival? And are you able to provide something for everyone?
Well, I think we put out the call to the authors, first of all. And last year we had quite a good mix. We had children's authors, we had young adult fiction, we had memoir, we had some non-fiction. We had something that was new to me, romantasy. I hadn't heard about that before. And so we went back to those authors, and most of them had had a good experience, as Sarah said. And so they said, oh yeah, I want to come back again, or can I bring my friend who missed it last time? So now we've got, at the last count, 84 authors this year. I don't know where we're going to put them, but we'll
I need to know what romantasy is.
Romantasy. It's anything you want it to be. It's a bit romance and a bit fantasy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That sounds like a fun genre.
And then they've got all the science fiction and the horror and all that kind of stuff too.
Yes. So, Ruth, where can people go for more information about the book festival?
You can contact us on Facebook and Instagram at the SCV Book Festival. You can email us at College of the Canyons. It's being held in the University Center, and so you can contact the University Center director as well. There'll be publicity all over town. You'll be able to see all the contact details there.
Wow. Well, Ruth and Sarah, thank you for being here to talk about this book festival. Thank you for putting it on. I know a lot of people in the community are excited.
Yes, it's definitely going to be fun.
Yes.
Of course. All right, stick with us. We'll be right back.
Wish Education Foundation is a local nonprofit organization that serves nearly 22,000 students of the William S. Hart Union High School District. Headed by Executive Director Amy Daniels and a board of dedicated community members, Wish supports countless programs such as student wellness, arts and music, STEM, special education, and more. The foundation also hosts several popular community events, including Wine on the Roof, Cocktails on the Roof, and Cars Under the Stars. Other local events include the College Webinar Series and the SCV Music Festival. Wish funds programs that state funding alone cannot fully support, and all Wish fundraising stays in the Heart District, benefiting our students since 2012. The Wish Education Foundation is such an important part of Santa Clarita. If you are interested in learning more about their events, volunteering, or donating, please visit www.wisheducationfoundation.org.
Welcome back to SCVTV's Community Corner. You know, Cali, there's an old Irish saying, if you're lucky enough to be Irish, you're lucky enough. Well, lucky for us, this year Ireland is coming to Santa Clarita.
That's right, Carrie. The Celebrate series is back for its 4th year. And the best part, no passport or plane ticket needed. And we're kicking things off with a big Irish celebration.
And Cali, this works out so well because you're the Arts and Events Coordinator for the City of Santa Clarita. So we can count on you to tell us what we can expect from this fun opening event.
Definitely.
So let's set a little background first. How did the Celebrate series come to be?
So the Celebrate series came to be through a need discovered in the city. The community wanted something that celebrated the diversity that is currently here. And it also kind of was formed around the time that we couldn't travel because of the pandemic. So it lended itself very well because we brought the travel right in their backyard. So for 4 years, we have traveled to various places at the Canyon Country Community Center and really explored not only the culture that's within the city of Santa Clarita, but also where our residents are from.
Which is so cool because it really does bring the whole world right here to Santa Clarita. And the first place we're visiting this year is Ireland. What are some of the fun and fabulous things that people can expect for this event?
So we have a lot of fun that is coming your way for Ireland. We have a fun Celtic rock band called Crack in the Stone. They will be playing music all night. They are definitely a fan favorite. We've had them at a couple different events, but we are excited to have them perform for Ireland and get the crowd moving. We have some Irish food trucks that are going to be serving up some Irish delights, fish and chips, corned beef. And then we have our Sister Cities bar that is going to be really having that pub atmosphere. We have some arts and crafts that are going to be highlighting the various wonders within Ireland. We're going to do a Blarney Stone, Kiss the Blarney Stone, but instead of actually kissing something, they're going to be pinning the kiss on the Blarney Stone.
Oh, cool.
So you'll get to get some good luck because that's what you get when you kiss the Blarney Stone. So lots of fun for Ireland that I'm just so excited to experience.
What's really cool about the Celebrate series is that there's really something for everyone. There's things that adults can enjoy, that kids can enjoy.
Yes.
Tell us about some of the fun activities for kids in particular.
So you're right. It is a very family-centered event. Everyone has something that they can do, but specifically for kids, we have lots of wonderful arts and crafts. They can make their own Irish elk deer, which is going to be like a puppet, and they can go around and it's going to be wonderful. And then they can create their own shamrock. They can paint their own Blarney Stone and really explore creativity throughout Ireland. It'll tie it in so perfectly.
And to encompass the whole travel thing, there's a Celebrate Passport program where you can win a big prize. Is this true?
Yes. So our Celebrate Passport program started up last year. We kind of did it as a tester because what better way to encompass travel than to encourage using a passport? And so that was a really successful trial run. People loved the books, and it was so fun to see the various trinkets and mementos that people have collected through the various celebrates. And at the end of it, we held a raffle, which we'll be doing again this year. And this year we are elevating the passport, so we are printing it at an official printer, and it's going to feel even more exciting. And then there will be a first, second, and third prize that can be won. The raffle will be drawn at the end of the Celebrate series. So after we cap it off in September with Thailand, we will draw the winners, plural, and they can win lots. There will be gift cards to local eateries that celebrate the cultures that we're celebrating. There will be different elements of the countries that will be kind of featured in those baskets. So there are some really good prizes to win, and I'm excited to see whoever gets it.
So people are going to want to make sure that their passport is completely filled out so they can be
100%.
entered into the raffle. And I have to say, I did get a sneak peek at the passport, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. It looks very similar to the real one, but we've made enough changes so that you don't get it confused when you're going to the airport and trying to, they're like, oh no.
Celebrate.
It's celebrate. It's real.
So this series really is a great opportunity to learn about other countries and cultures from around the world. What does it mean to you for the community to come out and really embrace this event?
It has been really fun to see how much the community gets involved in this event. Seeing people not only want to celebrate the country that they are from, but also want to learn more about where others are from. And I think that really is the essence of what Celebrate is encouraging others to grow their mindset about the world around them. And also, they don't have to travel too far. They can learn about their next door neighbor and their culture just by going to this event. And it really is an immersive feel. We try to do different implementations that immerse you into the culture so you feel like you're there. And it's also been really fun to work with people from that community and see the love that they have and just pour it into telling others about it.
I love that. So tell us when it is, how people can get more information, and maybe share a few of the other countries that we will travel to this year.
Yes. So the first Celebrate will kick off on May 9th, and we will be celebrating Ireland, as we've talked about. The Celebrate series happens on the second Friday of the month from May to September, and the rest of the lineup is as follows. We will be.
So you have it memorized.
Yeah, I've got it.
Let's go.
So in June we'll be celebrating New Zealand. In July it will be Colombia. In August it will be Italy, and then in September we'll cap it off with Thailand. So make sure you're there. You can find more information on santaclarita.gov/celebrate, and then also we'll be posting on our social media pages at City of Santa Clarita and at City of Santa Clarita events on both Instagram and Facebook.
Perfect. So make sure you go to all of them.
Yes.
So you can get that passport filled out.
Yes.
And make sure that you're eligible to win those big prizes.
100%.
Oh, awesome. All right, Callie's sticking around. She can't leave. But you stay with us. We'll be right back.
Oh my gosh, you guys are not gonna believe what happened in math class today.
Happened.
So, John was assigned to sit in front of me in class,
Yeah.
and he kept bouncing his leg and looking over his shoulder, and I can tell he really might have a crush on me.
Probably does.
Yeah, I'll tell you more about it later. Go to good class.
All right.
Bye.
See ya.
Oh my god, I could have sworn you were a white girl. Are you sure you're black? You don't sound black.
Very good. You studied this time a lot, huh? Good job. You need to work on it, okay? Good job. Good job.
Dude, what are you doing? You know you did way better than the rest of us. I mean, look at you. Wait, seriously? Aren't Asians supposed to be good at math? Look at this dude.
Ang gulo ng buhok niya. Kailangan niya ng brush. Magbubuhol-buhol sa buhok niya.
Hindi siya bigyan ng sabon para pumigil.
Anak!
Bilisan mo. Mahuhuli na tayo sa party ni Lola. Oh, anong problema mo? Anong nangyari?
It's nothing. Just another day.
Welcome back to SCVTV's Community Corner. According to the American Cancer Society, more than 2 million new cancer cases were expected in the U.S. in 2024. What's even more sobering, more than 600,000 were expected to die from the disease.
Those numbers are a powerful reminder of why the fight against cancer matters. The American Cancer Society is leading that fight with a mission to save lives and create a world without cancer. And you can be a part of it by joining the 40th anniversary of Relay for Life.
Joining us today to talk about how you can get involved are Abby Smith, Senior Development Manager, and Amy Whaley, Co-Event Chair. Thank you both for being here with us today.
Thanks for having us.
So, Abby, before we get started with all the fun details of the event, remind everyone about the American Cancer Society.
Yeah, so our organization is fighting every cancer for every life. We are fighting it through the cancer research that we're funding, new early investigators in their research of different cancers and different cancer treatments. We're also supporting through cancer services, so things like transportation, lodging near hospitals if a clinical trial is far from home, and then advocacy efforts at every level of government to ensure that everyone is represented in the cancer fight.
Yeah. And Abby, we touched on this briefly in the intro, but it's not just that more people are being diagnosed with cancer. We're seeing more young people be affected, especially when it comes to colon cancer. Can you tell us more about that trend and why early screening is so important?
Absolutely. Screening for every cancer is important, especially getting colonoscopies. The American Cancer Society is the resource when it comes to cancer screening guidelines across the country. So we recently lowered that guideline from a recommendation from 50 to 45 to get your first colonoscopy. We are, like you said, seeing more diagnosis happening in younger people and at later stages in younger people. So it's really important for people to pay attention and get your screenings done. Nobody knows your body better than you do.
Which is why events like Relay for Life are so important. And Amy, it's really a special event. Tell us what people can expect this year. We understand that the theme is Decades of Hope.
Yes, so this year is our 40th anniversary of not just our Relay for Life, but Relay for Lives around the world. So we're going to be celebrating all the different communities fighting against this terrible disease. So this year we're going to be doing different ceremonies and different tributes to all the past years. And it's really amazing to see the community come together as a whole for such a terrible disease.
Yeah, and this really is a community event. Amy, what kinds of fun activities can families find for the kids?
There's lots of things. So we have a kids camp directed strictly towards kids, so they always do different crafts and events throughout the day. We also have different booths that do games and raffles and all sorts of stuff. My booth will be doing a golf putting green, so there's all different things that people can do to keep the community vibe together and to just do different things throughout the day.
And Abby, you're currently having fundraising challenges between now and the day of the relay. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, so as Amy mentioned, Relay for Life events across the country are celebrating 40 years of impact. You can see on our shirts, the first Relay for Life took place in 1985 in Tacoma, Washington. So on May 1st, we're celebrating Gordy's Give Back Day. Dr. Gordy Klatt was the one who started the very first Relay for Life. He's an oncologist in Tacoma, Washington, and walked around a track for 24 hours raising $27,000. So in his honor, on May 1st, we're going to be raising as much money as we can, and anybody that raises at least $40 on May 1st will go home with a 40 Years of Impact pin at Relay.
Wow. And can you tell us a little bit more about where the proceeds from this event will go?
Yeah, absolutely. So again, all the funds that are raised support the American Cancer Society. We're the largest private non-government funder of cancer research in the U.S. So we're supporting all of those cancer research grants and researchers that I mentioned before. They're also supporting our patient services like our transportation and our lodging programs and our 1-800 number, which anybody can call anytime, day or night. It's 800-227-2345. And you can call and speak to an actual person who can help answer questions that you might have. And to our advocacy efforts, again, making sure that everybody has equitable access to care.
It's obvious that both of you are so passionate about the American Cancer Society. What connected you to this organization? Amy, let's start with you.
So I actually started at a very young age. My mom did it, so of course, just by default, I tagged along. And then we lost my uncle in 2016, I believe, to melanoma. And then last January, I lost my dad. So, yeah.
My relation to cancer started before I was born. My dad's mom was diagnosed with lung cancer stage 4 when she was 46. She passed away 13 years before I was born, so I never got to meet her or have that connection. And it just inspired me knowing that 1 in 3 people are diagnosed with cancer in their lifetime. To see those 2 million people that are going to get diagnosed this year, I just want to be there for them, and I want to make sure that nobody else has to suffer from that loss of their ancestry.
Wow. Wow, that is really powerful, and the work that you guys do is super impactful. So for someone who wants to be a part of this or wants to donate, where can people go for more information?
Visit scvrelay.org. That's our event website. That's where you can also get signed up. We do ask everybody to pre-register online. Signing up is free. It's free to come to Relay for Life. It is a fundraiser, so if you'd like to make a donation, that would be incredible. But yeah, get signed up at scvrelay.org or call that 800-227-2345 number, and you can register by phone.
Thank you both so much for sharing your stories and for taking on this mission and supporting the American Cancer Society. Relay for Life is always such a fun event, and thank you for sharing about it today.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. All right, there's much more to come. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
Are you an artist looking to get your work into the community and attract potential buyers? Are you a business owner in need of local original artwork to decorate your establishment? Well, the City of Santa Clarita is here to help. Through the city's Places with Spaces program, Santa Clarita businesses can be matched with a local artist to put their pieces on display. Here's how it works. First, fill out an interest form at santaclaritaarts.com. Artists will submit a digital portfolio along with information on their available work. Businesses will give information on their available space and the specific subject matter they would like to display. And we do the rest. The Santa Clarita Arts team takes applications from artists and businesses and plays matchmaker, helping create what can be a lasting relationship. For more information and to get started, visit santaclaritaarts.com.
Welcome back to SCVTV's Community Corner. If you're a dog lover, get ready. Your heart's about to melt when you meet the sweetest little pup who's looking for a forever home.
I think this one will melt many hearts. Joining us today to introduce us to Bibi the Chihuahua is Katie Tanguma from the Brittany Foundation. Katie, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
So tell me about this cute little guy.
This is Bibi. He is a 3-year-old male Chihuahua. He was found by a Good Samaritan running in a church parking lot. And when he came to us, he was quite fearful and skittish. And we've been working with him since September to kind of bring him out of his shell, which you can see he's getting there.
So what can you tell us about Bibi? How old is Bibi? What's his breed? What kind of family would he thrive in?
Bibi is about 3 years old. He's probably a Chihuahua mix. I think he would thrive really with anybody. He gets along great with my husband. I have 3 kids ranging from kindergarten to high school, and he gets along with all of them. He would like somebody who can bring a little structure to his life because that makes him feel safe and secure. I think he'd make a wonderful companion animal for anyone who wants to spend time with him.
He is adorable and just so cute. And I keep doing this because he did a spin for you. I startled you. But he doesn't seem to, hey, sweetie, can you do a spin? Maybe you ask him, see if he'll do it for you.
Come here, baby. Come here.
Look at those ears.
Spin. Spin. We try a sit first. Good sit.
Oh my gosh, she's so cute.
Spin. Yes.
Yay!
Good boy.
So the Brittany Foundation is new to the show, but you've been around for more than 30 years. Tell us about your organization.
Yeah, the Brittany Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit, all-breed dog rescue and sanctuary. They have a beautiful property in Santa Clarita Valley. It was founded in 1994. The goal is for all the dogs lucky enough to be rescued by the Brittany Foundation to find their forever home. But there is a place for the ones who struggle to stay there as long as they need and be loved as long as they need. It's a beautiful property. I think it's healing to go up there and be up there. And it serves a lot of dogs and a lot of people.
Yeah. So what is the status of the Brittany Foundation? Are you currently at capacity? And can you talk about how important it is to adopt, not shop?
Yeah. There is a great need for dogs to find loving homes. Anywhere from the shelters down to the rescues, it's the whole system is backed up and clogged up. So the dogs from the Brittany Foundation, some of them are owner surrenders, which is good because it keeps some dogs from having to go to the shelter. They can come to the ranch instead. There are several dogs there that are from the Castaic Animal Care Center that have been rescued from there. And then they also take in, sometimes, unfortunately, people will pass away and there's no one there to take in the dogs. So they serve those animals as well. Yeah.
And BB definitely likes treats. You can tell.
He does. He's a little piggy.
Who has
the treats. Spin. Spin. Yes.
That's so cute. So we know rescue centers like yours are always looking for volunteers or people to sponsor or foster pups. How can people get involved?
Absolutely. So we rely on private donations. You can also come up. There's volunteer hours daily, and the Brittany Foundation really likes to let you choose how you spend your time. If you enjoy sitting with the seniors, you can do that, or if you enjoy working with the more active dogs, you can do that. They also have a wish list on Amazon and Chewy, so you can donate items. And another great way to support them is to sponsor a dog like BB.
Yeah. Can I have one more treat?
Of course you can.
So cute. Like, I want your attention, BB.
Of course.
Come over here. Actually, let's give you one right there so you can show how cute you are to the camera.
Yes. So where can people go for more information about your organization or if they want to adopt BB?
The BrittanyFoundation.com.
It's right there on the screen.
It's right there on the screen. Great.
Magic of television. Baby, come back. I got more. Don't leave. I got more.
BB's exploring.
He's getting more comfortable.
Yes.
I love it. Oh, well, Katie, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for bringing BB. Let's find him a forever home.
Yes.
And get this sweet little guy adopted. Sit. Sit. Will you do a spin? Do a spin. Come on. Come on before we go. Okay. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you guys for having us. This is so much fun.
Stick with us. We'll be right back. Spin. Come on.
It's normal to feel down. Our emotions are a part of being human. But sometimes, it's hard getting back to normal.
Why are you failing? You're smarter than that. Or at least I thought you were. You're weak, man. Loser.
You don't know what that person is going through. However, there's always time to gather hope. Hey man, did you maybe want to go shoot some hoops with me?
Yeah, sure, I'm down.
We are not defined by other people. We choose the person we want to be.
Loser.
Hey man, everybody makes mistakes. You'll do better on the next one. Want to come play some basketball with us?
So why not choose to be a hero? All it takes is one move. If you or someone you know is going through a hard time and needs support, call the number listed below. That is 661-235-5662. Don't hesitate to call. You could be someone's next hero.
Welcome back to SCVTV's Community Corner. The city is excited to host FestAbility, presented by UCLA Health, which is an event that celebrates our community with special needs. It is a fun, inclusive event for everyone.
And we're so excited. I know you've been working really hard on this event, which is why this show is pretty much all Cali all the time, talking about FestAbility now in this week in Santa Clarita.
Come on out to West Creek Park on Sunday, May 4th from 12 to 3 for FestAbility, presented by UCLA Health. FestAbility is an event that celebrates our community with special needs. At the event, you can enjoy adaptive sports, inclusive activities, live performances, food trucks, arts and crafts, and so much more. There will be a free shuttle from the Rio Norte Junior High School parking lot from 11 a.m. to 3:30 p.m., so you don't have to worry about finding a parking spot. And you can also enjoy our wonderful park amenities that West Creek Park has. Don't forget to check out the wonderful therapy animals. There will be goats, ponies, dogs, and so many others. For more information, visit the link below. We hope to see you there.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Make sure you tune in next week and every week for another episode of SCVTV's Community Corner.
Check out all of our past episodes and segments at scvcommunitycorner.com or on our Facebook at SCV Community Corner.
Thanks so much for watching.
We'll see you next time.
At SCVTV, we believe in the power of television to inspire, educate, and unite our community. But we can't do it alone. Donate today, and together we can continue to create meaningful content and provide next-generation workforce opportunities.